Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you something is interested to know, I believe. So this is a dynamic input form. You see, I can easily collapse individually, customize it. As I mentioned, this is completely a dynamic. So the information is fetched from API. You see, it's coming in API. I have a search input which generated from the backend. Contact. This is the address, so on and so forth, right? But in order to do this, I figured out probably is not enough. We need to add inject another parameters. For example, like by default, this will be the open case, which is I insert a collapse. So right here, this is my updated the input JSON data. So in order just the title name, I put the title wrap into object name, and the collapse sets to truth. So second will set truth as well. So once a page load at the beginning, so it will just simply expanding all the list, right? But allow you to tweaking the parameters inside of the uh, the property values that sets are false supposed to be supposed to be close. Okay, so this is pretty much the idea how to do it, and let's jump into the code to see how to make that happen. As you see the icon, right? You see the icon from the beginning, right? So we have an icon and we have a title for that. Here's the code, right? You're mapping the input field, and then just the first time it will load all of the data, right? So first time the collapse will be true, so that's why down, right? All the others is up, or and then if you this is icon, right? And you can do any icon. I'm making style component icon, but you can make an old custom icon. It doesn't really matter as long as you're just passing, this to make the icon dynamic. So then underneath there will be the div. So this div is wrapping entire uh, this block of code from from here to here, which is under the contact, right? So for this is I did just like using the star sheet, which is display either this div is this display true and false, or sorry, true and none, right? None, that means there's nothing will be shown, right? And choose the which means what. And important things you see, I have on click event, which is mean once you click on that, then you should allow it to either collapse or expand, right? So that's the key part right here. On click, I'm using a handle collapse, function. Let's jump right to it. Right. So we're bringing the parameters, which is which nodes you in, right? So then here's the key things, right? You just copy the previous state by spread it in that select the search input. Remember, as I mentioned, so select input is the API, right? Which is fetching from whatever any third parties, the API field. Okay, let me jump back in right here. So just really search input right here. Jump back to the code here again. Go to the handler function. So yeah, spread it in the input the data. Then you find whatever you select the data, right, and reverse it. So this is what we call the reverse. Collapse was true and then reverse to false. So that by doing this, you basically alter the input data that specific, that node, and it speaks a value. And then you set the state and using the new updated state. This should say updated state. But anyways, previous state is already updated. maybe the name not using properly, but this is tricks. Okay, what do you need to do? You need to spread it in. This is important. If without that, nothing gonna happen. If you do this, nothing gonna happen. So you need to spread into the state, which is make a copy of the ID. So that React knows things changed, and then you will reflect change, which is means you will re-render so this piece of code, so make a class working. So just by the way, wanted to mention everyone, this is for small cases. If your stuff is very long, large, might not be very efficient, but with this small JSON fetch data, it's not big, right? And it should be fine. Let me just quickly show you how big it is. It's not that big. Yeah, so this is fine. So this makes perfect individual customized action against each node by just tweaking a little, new property that I added to it. Before it wasn't like that, and I just added to it. Of course, you can just dynamically add to it, but I think you better just use data driven. If it's data driven, let the data driven. Everything's for you. Okay, so today this will be end up today's tip. Hopefully you guys enjoying, and leave a comment if you like. We'll see you next time.